Tired of applying online? By the end of this video, you'll have my proven job search strategies for landing the best digital marketing roles without applying online. For the best insights on remote work, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that bell to be notified when we post a new video every Tuesday. This is the strategy top performers use to land the best roles, and it's the same strategy I use to land multiple dream jobs across multiple industries that led to over 10 promotions in under 8 years. Now it's your turn to land your dream job. The first step in the process is really to find what role is right for you. Let's take a look at how most people look for a job. They go on to job sites. They might have some companies that they dream of working at, like Google or Facebook or Netflix, and check out the careers website. They'll apply online, they'll send in their CV, and what do they get in response? Crickets. The problem with applying this way is that you're competing with everybody else. What you need to really do at this stage is figure out what you want. What kind of role do you want to end up in? You want to be able to figure out what it is you want and then go after it. It becomes that much easier to go after it because you then have a target. What you want to try and figure out now is the companies that you want to work at. What are your top 10 to 20 dream companies to work for? Think beyond the Facebook and Googles and Netflix, unless that's really what you want and you want to be in those types of companies. Try to figure out what is the optimal work environment for yourself before you go out and figure out what companies you want to work for. Once you know what works best for you in terms of how you manage your day, your week, and your projects, it becomes that much easier to find and identify the companies that you can put on your dream list. Here are a few things to think about. How do you plan your day? How do you execute on your tasks and your projects? Do you enjoy daily interactions? Or are you more the type of person that likes to pick a project and run with it and really only check in once a week? If you like daily interactions and you need to be speaking to people on a daily basis, then don't go for a company that doesn't have that in place. Because working remotely is not like working in an office. It can get lonely, and if you're not used to that and working on your own and keeping yourself in check and disciplined and making sure you're on the right track, then you need to take that into account when you start deciding on which companies are going to be on your dream list. The other things you need to consider are product, industry, size of the team and company, the culture, and different types of benefits. If you have a family and you really value being able to step away and be there for your family when it counts, then you need to make sure that you're joining a company that has that in place. These are all the things you need to think about when you start identifying your company target list. Don't just add a company for the sake of it, or because you think it's cool, or because you think the perks are great, or that the salary is really high. That's not going to count for anything when you join the company and you realize that it's not a good fit. Money is great and it enables a ton of things, but it's not going to make up the difference of you feeling unfulfilled and lacking impact in your role. Is there a company you've always dreamed of working for? Comment below this video to let me know. So now you know what kind of role you want and you have your target company list. The next step is to start creating a target list of people working at those companies that can potentially influence the hiring decision. People within the team that you want to join. You want to be joining people at 3 levels. A level up from the positions you're looking at, a level below the position you're looking at, and at the same level of the position you're looking at. You're looking to build a sphere of influence within that company. The idea here is to build valuable connections with people at the companies that you want to work at. At this stage, you're not really asking for a job or you're not trying to explore opportunities. You're trying to get to know those people and the companies. You want to figure out what it's really like to work there, what it took to get into that company, and what are the challenges they're currently facing. And this is a big one. You really want to try and figure out if there's a big problem that they're currently facing, which most companies are, or a major challenge that they're working up towards. Is there a big launch? Is there something in terms of their data analytics? Is there something within their day-to-day work that they're trying to solve? Now, why are we doing this? Why would you be reaching out, and are people even going to reply to you? The first place that companies look when it comes to hiring is their referral network. Are there people within their own network that they know would be a perfect fit for the role? If you've already done the work to show them that, there's no interview. They'll bring you in and they'll hire you. This is how you can benefit from this approach to your job search. This is a long-term game. The work that you do here is not only going to help you land your dream role now, today, within this next month or within the next 90 days. This is going to help you for the long term, for your next role and the role beyond that. Okay, so let's do a quick recap. You've identified what roles you want, what companies you want to work for, and you've started to build connections. within those companies. The next step is for you to start building your portfolio. So what is your portfolio for? Your portfolio really is for showcasing your best work. So this can be anything from a website to a simple PDF document, or even just a write-up of a project that you worked on. Don't overcomplicate things. Think back on the last 3 years in your career. What are the things that you worked on? What are the results that you were able to deliver? What were you responsible for? What projects did you lead? This doesn't have to be only what you did in a professional sense, but work that you did outside of work as well. This can be side projects or anything else in between. If you don't have anything to showcase and you've just started out, nothing stops you from creating your own project now. If you want to get into SEO and content marketing, build a website. Find a passion project, something that you're interested in. Build a website around it, get it to rank for different keyword terms, and you have proof of your skills. You're going to use your portfolio to start showcasing it to the people that you've been reaching out to. By this point, you should have built up a relationship. You've spent time warming up the relationship, reaching out to them, so that when you come to them for advice, there's no hesitation from them to say yes. You can show them your portfolio, ask them what their thoughts are. The idea here is to not only get advice from them, but really to start showcasing your work and your worth to them as a potential hire. You're still not at this point mentioning whether or not there are any opportunities. You can also come back to them with some of the insights that you may have gathered from their team. The key here is to show your willingness to help them and their company without even working there in the first place. That helps you stand above and beyond the rest of the competition, because very few people are actually willing to do the work, willing to put in the time and effort outside of their own full-time job to help another company. What I'm about to share with you has the potential to 10x your results when it comes to your job search and getting future opportunities. If you follow these steps, you won't ever have to look for work again. Opportunities will come flooding into you. This is hands down the best way that I know how to land the very best jobs out there. The jobs that most people don't ever see, because they get taken before they even make it to the job listings. Back in 2016, when I was looking to make the transition out of the insurance world and into my next role, I was looking to enter an industry that I was really quite new to. I had been exploring it a little bit on the side, but I was still very fresh and really nobody knew me in the industry. There would be no reason for someone to hire me other than at an entry-level position. But I didn't want to go back in at the bottom. I wanted to go either across from where I was, which was a head of operations role, or up. In order to do that, I needed to position myself in a totally different way. I really needed to transform not only my personal brand, but really to network with the right people, meet the right people, and showcase my talents and my experience and my expertise. I settled on launching a virtual summit. The reason I did this was twofold. One was a virtual summit put me in direct contact with the people that I wanted to be with by putting them on as a speaker on my summit. Second thing was it made the outreach that much easier, because I was trying to add value to them. I invited them for a quick 30-minute to 1-hour chat and did everything else for them. All they needed to do was show up for that 30 minutes or an hour, and I would do all the promotional marketing work, position them as an expert in the field, and get eyeballs on them and their expertise and their content and their work for free. The objective really that I wanted from this whole summit was to land my dream job, and that's exactly what happened. One of the speakers ended up becoming my boss, gave me my dream role, and I was able to go from working in the insurance space as a head of operations role into a head of digital marketing role at a blockchain startup. So not only did I go from one industry to another, I transitioned roles, and I was able to go from working the 9 to 5 to working remotely and working from home. Now, I'm not saying you have to launch a virtual summit to get to your dream job. That's not what I'm saying at all. But what I am saying is that if you really want to take things to another level, really want to 10x your results and get countless offers coming in, think of something that is close to you that you would be able to do yourself. A side project of some sort that puts you in touch with the VIPs of your industry, of the space that you want to get into. The remote space is still fairly small, and the competition for roles is extremely high. You can't imagine the hundreds, if not thousands, of applications that come through for the very best roles. You need to find a way to stand out. Now, if being on camera is not your thing, then you don't do a virtual summit. Don't do a video podcast. If you love talking to people one-on-one, Start a podcast, start interviewing people within your space that you think would be interested in jumping on a podcast. You hate the sound of your own voice and you don't want to be on a podcast. You don't have to be. Write a piece of content, start a blog. And if you feel like you have nothing to write about, don't feel like you have to write anything for yourself. Write about the industry's trends in your industry, write about the news, cover what's happening. The important thing here is to get visibility, but also showcase your quality of work. You don't have to put anything out there that is revolutionary or transformative or has to be really explosive or viral in content. You just have to be able to show your approach to work. Deliver something of quality and you will be amazed at the results this can drive for your career. Just look at examples like Andrew Chen or Brian Balfour. Go and check out their blogs, their websites. They go deep into the content and industry trends that they are covering. Okay, these guys are top of their game and they provide insane analysis and amazing methodologies for work and startups and innovation and growth. You don't have to do that. You can do something different. The important thing here is to do something that works for you. Don't do something that you're going to dread week by week that you don't want to work on. Find something that fits your skill set and the things that you're interested in and deliver that piece as a side project. This is by far the best way to help you stand out amongst a sea of applicants and get your foot in the door at your dream companies. If you do this, it will open up so many doors for you. If you're going to take one thing away from this video, is to find a project that you can work on for yourself that puts you in touch with the best in your industry. Don't wait around like everybody else who's applying online. Build your platform, find your voice, and watch the offers come rolling in. Now you know the best job search strategies for finding your dream remote marketing role. But what do you do when it comes to your outreach? What if people don't respond to you? How do you get a response from people and won't they just ignore what you say? I've got you covered. I'm going to share with you my proven templates for reaching out to people on LinkedIn so that you get a response. Click the link in the description below to get the templates. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button, subscribe to our channel for more insights on remote work, and see you next Tuesday.